Surrey is a growing city, huge. We're actually right in the middle of building a brand new city centre, which is a unique experience. We were sort of a rural area before that, and now we're the second largest city in the province of BC, and the second largest city sitting at the regional district, the Metro Vancouver regional district. We have about 530,000 people in the city right now, and we grow at a rate of about 12 to 1,500 per month coming in, so our growth is extensive.
My name is Elisa Campbell. I'm the Director of Regional Planning with Metro Vancouver, which is a federation of municipalities that work together at a regional scale. It's not a separate level of government, but a very collaborative process where 23 municipalities come together, City of Surrey being one of them. And Councillor Steele also sits as a director at the Metro Vancouver Board of Directors. And so, as we were talking about, Metro Vancouver has a climate action committee as well as a regional planning committee that consider issues at a regional scale related to resilience, adaptation, and so on.
And I think the beauty of that is, as we said, there's 22 communities that sit there on our regional district. It's made up with elected officials, mayors and councillors, and each region, according to your size, has one representative per 100,000 people in your community. It's a great deal of collaboration. Sometimes there's, not everybody gets along, not everybody plays well, but they do in these kind of situations, and it works across the region, and it gives everybody a chance to talk to everybody else, to collaborate, and it just gives huge strength to what we're doing. Climate action and climate is always an issue for us, of course, and which brings on issues of flooding. Flooding are huge issues within the region, I think that's safe to say. And we have committees that deal with that. In Surrey, it's more the river flooding, but in other areas, it's the ocean.
Right now, one of the big initiatives that's being undertaken at the regional level is an integrated regional climate action strategy. And I think that's an effort by the board members to be proactive and identify what some of the anticipated impacts might be of climate change, and to build a plan for how to be more resilient within them. The intent with the integrated regional climate action strategy is in part to create a framework that acknowledges what the cities are doing individually, and to provide a mechanism to identify and highlight those. So, for example, with the City of Surrey, they have a climate adaptation strategy that they've done at the municipal scale that can be incorporated within the framework so that all of the municipalities within the regional district have access to it. But similarly, we can then do a bit of a gap analysis and understand where are we not as resilient, and undertake some work at the regional scale that then can be distributed amongst the different municipalities. So flooding is definitely an issue. We've got issues around drought. Last summer we had a fairly significant drought, and so issues of water. One of the things that's happening through sea level rise is that the Fraser River is being salinated, so that the salt is coming in from the ocean and into what is a freshwater river. And that has an impact, it's sort of all integrated, that has an impact on our agriculture and food system because irrigation comes from the Fraser River.
We're all quite close together. I mean, we're neighbors, our borders, one side of the street belongs to one and the other side of the street belongs to the other. And as we work together at the regional level, and that's where we often will air our differences, come together, go apart a little bit depending on who needs what. But in times of emergency or when things get tough, we band together pretty quickly. And, we all kind of know the rules, but we all know what we're able to do. I mean, Surrey's a big city, so we provide help to people all the time, to our neighbors. White Rock in the south often needs use of our facilities, and and our firefighters and RCMP and other such things. So we go together and to bat for each other very well. We know each other very well. We have, generally speaking, the regional board has good relationships with the province of British Columbia and the federal government as well, which makes it easier than rather each little community or big community having to do everything separately. We can do a lot of things together. Transportation is one of those. It hasn't been an easy time to put it together, but we're working at it, and it gives us the ability to deal with the expertise within our own city, which is great, but the expertise of the regional district too, which is invaluable. So it works incredibly well in our area. It's not without its, ups and downs, but generally speaking, it works really well. I wouldn't want to be without it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think we have a regional growth strategy that I think is sort of manifests that regional relationship of all of the municipalities coming together to say, we need a vision for where we want to be in the future, and that's what the regional growth strategy does. But it's not just about saying where are we going to put the people and the jobs, but it's about saying how can we integrate this with transportation at a regional scale. And at the end of the day, we'd like to talk about it as actually being a wonderful climate action strategy, because it's all about dealing with population growth in a way that achieves livability and sustainability. And it's through the discussions that happen at the board table that can actually be achieved.